My guy Hansel.
What it is, what it is.
What's good, King? How you doing today, brother?
I'm good, man. Chilling Sunday afternoon, man. Can't complain, man. How you doing, bro?
Doing good, brother. Let me just say this, man, because yesterday you and I were talking about Authentic versus Jack Boy, right?
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, dog. Authentic got busy though. Got busy.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. That dude
I
ain't
had him
no
winning the
joke,
battle
man.
2-1.
You said you had him winning the battle 2-1?
2-1, yeah.
My nigga. I mean, I
Close.
feel like
Could be a close 30 because the first round is debatable. I thought Authentic got the second, third. You know what I mean? No. The second round is debatable because Jack Boy got off in that second round. I gave Jack the second round.
Yeah, I personally gave Jack the second. I think I gave Authentic the first, and then I think the battle really come down to that third.
To that third round, right?
On me.
Right. So my brothers, so let's go ahead, man. Top 6, man. Y'all brothers are making noise. You know, again, you and I spoke about, you said it yesterday to you. What did you say to me yesterday about y'all class moving faster than everybody else's class? Can you break that down again for me?
I was basically saying, like, when I had made the claim about like my class being a possible top 3 class of all time, I was saying, like, obviously in that comparison, it's classes that's been here for some years, so obviously it'd be incorrect to try to compare that. But right. I said, if you look at the first let's just say first year, because we only been here for 7 months since final exams. Since that 7 months, bro, people in my class have done volumes, Civil Wars, big stage, battled 3 UM winner like, you know what I'm saying, finalists.
Yes.
And our win percentage is well over 500. And I feel like if you really break that down and really break the fact that, like, a lot of classes now seem established because we all know who these men are and they've done what they've done. But if you go back to the beginning, a lot of people that were ahead of the class in the beginning are not the head of the class right now. I remember people saying, like, in the T-top chess Briz class, at one time, Prep was the face of the class. Like, you know what I'm saying? In that, like, not just, all salute to Prep, but like, you can obviously see people like Chess, T-top, Brit. They were the ones that end up being the real faces of those classes. So I don't
know if I ever had Prep over T-top though. I'm respectfully. I don't know if I ever did.
But to say that, to be clear, like, I don't think a lot of classes were really as polished, as talented, and as versatile as my class was out the gate. Like, that's something that I don't need statistics to speak on, because it's something that I've seen. We're the most versatile class, meaning, like, you get something different from all of us. There's a lot of ground we cover just within 6 of us, and we're consistent. None of us has given a bad showing since we got here, and I feel like that speaks to the level of hunger and the level of competitiveness that we're gonna bring to this shit for years to come. You feel me? So I feel like it's a lot we got to do. It's still a lot we got to prove. But at the end of the day, you got to look at the body of work we've been able to produce within this short amount of time. And if you smart, you're going to know that trajectory is going to lead to even greater things. You feel me?
And what I like also, Hansel, is that all 6 of you brothers, there's no weak link in the crew. You can't sit there and be like, Hansel good, Clutch is good, but this one ain't all that. Foot is good, but this one ain't all that. You can't do it. That.
And that's why when we was talking yesterday, I was telling you, like, if somebody, because they feel like I'm the villain of the class, or want to say you the weakest in your class, that shit don't even bother me, even if that's how you feel, because I feel like my class is full of killers.
Right. You good. You good, Hansel. You good. You good, brother. I think he went on mute though. Got the family right there. Trying to answer right quick. You good? They got family coming in. Important life things going on right now at the Hansel residence right quick, man. You know what I mean? Yes, I want to stream y'all live. Y'all be going forward with moving with the StreamYard. What happened was me and Hansel had an interview yesterday and it didn't go right. What's going on, Hansel?
Had to handle some, you know what I'm saying?
You good? Family things come first, brother. We ain't tripping about that. You good? In fact, I like stuff like that. I like seeing brothers when y'all got some real life things going on. You see that? You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? It ain't all battle rap all the time.
Exactly.
But nah, my bad.
You straight, brother.
What was I saying before the
You talking about the class though, that there's no weak links. You were saying if people think
right.
you're the weak link, you're okay with that, even though you're not
Right.
though, but go
Yeah, no. I was really just saying like because of the fact that I think my class is so like talented and like dynamic. I feel like if niggas even want to say I'm not the best in my class, or if anybody want to say any one of us is not the best in our class, it's like that don't matter. Cause I'm on a class full of cold ass niggas. You feel me? It's like being called the wackest nigga on the All-Star team. You feel me? It's like nigga, I'm on the All-Star team. So it's like, but nah, like on some real shit, I feel like my class is really like showing, improving everything. So it's like I'm just proud to be in that mixture and be, you know what I'm saying, standing alongside these niggas for real.
Now, it's a self-explanatory top six. We get that, though. Who came with the name top six, though? Was that a conglomerate together, like top six, kind of self-explanatory, right?
You say that one more time. My bad, bro.
The title, the top six of the crew, right? It's kind of self-explanatory, right?
Yeah. I mean, it didn't even really start off like a crew. It really was like we were the top six of the Crucible, and we really just started like pushing that name, that top six name, because it fit, you know what I'm saying? Obviously it's, you know what I'm saying, it's catchy, I guess, you feel me?
Yes.
But like it represents, you know, the Crucible process. Like we the process was about like 140 dudes, like from the gate. So like even saying top six, like that holds some weight, because we had to make it through, you know, we said we had to be the stars in a sea of you know what I'm saying, a bunch of rappers. You feel me? We had to be the standout. So I feel like that name just holds a lot of weight, meaning more than just the niggas that made it out the Crucible, but what we had to go through within that process within itself. So I feel like that name just fit. You feel me?
Hansel, how much conversations did you guys have before the outside call? Like, yo, fam, we got to make sure everybody on point. Will you guys call each other sparring?
I will, for sure. No, look, I'll tell you like this, bro. Since final exams and since we really been known as the top six, me and my bros have really been like hella connected behind the scenes, tapping in with each other before all our battles and all our matchups. You know what I'm saying? Sharing ideas, going over shit. You know what I'm saying? It's really been a cohesive movement ever since we really established the fact, like, yo, it's us six, what we represent in the new class and shit. And we've come together, you know what I'm saying, in that way, because I feel like you're gonna get farther with unity. And the fact that we're not only doing our shit individually, but the fact that we're behind each other in like behind the scenes when it comes to making sure we're on point with our shit, making sure our shit is fire, making sure that we're continuing to do what we're supposed to be doing. So yeah, we definitely make sure we own each other about having our shit down pat and making sure niggas is good, because that we represent each other at the end of the day. At this point, before we like become our real own established stars, at this point in our career, we kind of represent each other. You feel me? So we gotta be on point for the sake of just that name of top six. You feel me?
Yeah, so break this down for people right quick, because I see some people saying, even though I'm not jacking this, because once again, all six of you brothers got busy. Let me repeat that again. But what do you say to the people that say, oh, Hansel getting pushed too quick, Sosa Flick getting Rumley way too quick? What the hell is Cuts better than JC so quick like that? What do you say to that, brother?
I say, like I said before,
right.
You have to grade that on the scale of our results. And if our results were showing us that we're not ready yet, if our results were showing us, yo, these niggas is not putting up the numbers they're supposed to be doing, they're not putting up the showings they are, then that would be valid. But the fact that every test they've given us since we got here, we've passed that shit with flying colors. You can't, that statement is illogical, because that would just prove that we're getting tested on the grade that we're supposed to be, because we're passing these tests. You feel me? If you give somebody a test for something advanced and they pass it, clearly they're supposed to be in the advanced class and not the regular class. You feel me? So it's like, I think people want to say that because they're used to rookie niggas maybe getting a longer road to success, which I understand. Because of the past processes, a lot of those people had to do way more years of putting in a lot of work to get to those spots. And I got all respect for that. But when people try to say our class got it easier, our class got it, we got more plates faster, you got to understand this though. we also had to be better, faster, because we had bigger opportunities out the gate. That means we had to be way more polished,
Good point.
way faster,
Good point.
or
Good
else
point.
we would have been casted out. Like we've seen on URL, people get big shots, they tank it, and we never see them again. So
I've seen it. I've been here for over a decade. I've seen it,
bro. I've seen it happen before. Like on URL in particular, I've seen people get big opportunities. They show that they're clearly not ready for it, and you probably never see them on that kind of level of stage again. So if we're doing all this shit, showing y'all time and time again that we belong where we supposed to be, you can't use that. You can't use that we're getting pushed too fast. If anything, we getting pushed at the rate we're supposed to be getting pushed.
Hansel, do you feel URL should go back to rookies versus vets, or some of these cards are really rookies versus vets? What do you think?
I think they've been implementing rookies versus vets style battles without just calling it the implement rookies versus vets. I think the first rookies versus vets was such a marquee event that like it set such a precedent to where if it's not I think that's why they called it rookie. I mean, that's why they called it final exams when it was our shit, because even though those were all formidable opponents, it wasn't the marquee event that rookies versus vets was. So giving it that same name probably wouldn't have fulfilled it in these people's eyes. So I feel like I would be down with them doing like another real implement of rookies versus vets, like a big stage, like top tier opponents versus us, because I feel like we've shown and proved that we can hang. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at this point, it's really just up to the staff to what they want to give us as far as opportunities, because it's like they can't shortchange us now. We've proven too many times that we can handle the good. My nigga just had a classic with Rum Nitty, bro. There ain't too many like niggas in battle rap that could really do that.
I had him winning on Edge of the Battle. Some people say I'm crazy, but my recap,
but the fact that there's even a conversation that some people have so winning should let you know, bro. Rum Nitty is arguably the best battle rapper in the world, and in a top 6 nigga at a classic with him. What you feel me? So it's like, what are we really talking about? Right. You feel me? So it's like I think the people that are giving us the most resistance are the people that are reluctant to just accept the status quo that these new niggas are different. These are not the same new niggas of battle rap. It's different. And I think our top 6 niggas are showing that like it's like the NBA, bro. Like a rookie in 1999 is different from a rookie in 2023. You have to know more. You got to be better because it's a different league. And I think our class represents that more than any other new movement in battle rap right now.
Would you agree with me on this? That I feel, and I said this on Twitter, and me and Jay Black were sparring this early today about battle rap on the phone, right? That's my brother right there. And I was talking about you and stuff, right? And I said, Black, Hansel, he backed it up, brother. He can back it up. I see what it is now. He talk, and I like the way he talk, but he backs it up. I was thoroughly impressed with this man's material against Homsy. I thought he won the battle, but Homsy, it was one of those battles where you're like, yo, the corny cliche, the culture won, right?
Right.
But I feel also that y'all are putting pressure. Hey, you mid-tier niggas out there, real talk, I ain't gonna say y'all names, but these 6 niggas are putting supreme pressure on y'all, man. Right. What do you say to that? To the mid-tier niggas?
I feel like when it comes to, because that mid-tier nigga is such a gray area. But
yes, it is.
I do feel like we're really just showing that like the new niggas are built different around this time. And a lot of those quote unquote mid-tier niggas are really the ones that be like, oh, our process was more difficult than y'all's, and we had to go through more. And respect to it. Respect to the years.
That's what Homsy told you in the second round, right?
Huh?
That's what Homsy told you in one of the rounds, right?
But not like respect the home. But that's what a lot of people tell me. They tell me, yo, your process wasn't, and respectfully, I understand that. But like I said, just because the process might have been faster does not mean that shit was easier at all. So you feel me? Like you give me and Ease a situation. Me and Ease were put on one of the biggest, if not the biggest card of the year. Civil War 3 last year. It was one of the biggest cards of the entire year. We're opening up tonight. If we would have stunk up that building, it would have been done for us because all eyes would have been on it. But what did we do? We had one of the battles of the fucking night, bro.
Were you nervous going into the battle that night?
No.
Were you nervous?
No. I mean, I wasn't nervous, bro. Right. That's the kind of shit I worked hard to get to. So it's like once I'm here, now I'm not finna be like, oh, what do I do? Like, no, this what I got here. This is what all the work was for. You feel me? So I was ready for it, and Ease was ready for it. So that's what made that battle so great. And like I said, for the people that say we was pushed too fast or whatever they want to say, bro, we've been passing all the tests. You can't go to a battle of any of us since we've got here and say like, nah, this isn't it. Like we've all shown and proved since we got here, and I think that got to speak volumes to people. And for a lot of people, it does. Like the love is there. A lot of people are really.
I'm like, a fan of you, brother. I'm a fan of you.
People like you. People. There are people in the culture that are like, from fans to other platforms, that are like, yo, these new niggas are it. Like they're coming, and it's only a few voices that have really been a resistance to that. But honestly, I think the love is stronger, bro, because the people can't deny the work. Deny the work, bro.
Talk to me about your time at the Crucibles and how vital was that for you and the other 6 brothers in the Crucibles? Like, does the culture need that though? Do brothers really need to go to the Crucibles though?
I think URL was very smart for changing the process of how a new battle rapper is supposed to go into URL, because I felt like the past processes weren't as structured. The Crucible just represents a structured introduction into URL. And I feel like the structure is what gives more pressure, because we've had a lot of people in the PGs for years that just get battle after battle after battle. They're not being forced to level up. They're not being forced to do anything different. And it's just like, we're going to wait until you finally get it, and then we might give you a plate. But the Crucible is like, yo, 3 phases. This your ops. This is what the objective is. You can't do this. You won't make it to the next phase. That kind of pressure builds better rappers. It builds better battles. It builds, for more entertaining, content. So I feel like them doing that is what battle rap needed, because it is kind of a gray area when it's how do I get to the next phase, or how do I get to the next level of battle rap, to where it's like, now it's like, here's a straight up laid out format to how to get to URL. And our class showed that if you go through the process and you actually are built for this shit, you can get those opportunities in an expedited fashion because of the Crucible. So I feel like our class was like really an example of the success of the Crucible, because, you know what I'm saying, look at us right now. You feel me?
Yeah. How much has your acting career, how much does that help you when you're when you're rapping on platforms and everything? How much does that help you though?
I mean, for me, the majority of the labor of battle rap goes into the writing. But as far as like my experience under them, you know what I'm saying, in front of them cameras, obviously just, you know what I'm saying, stage presence, being able to control the crowd, those are things that, like, obviously when you in that type of entertainment industry, is gonna benefit you wherever you go. Just public speaking in general. You know what I'm saying? So like, I definitely learned a lot of things from that time, that like, just projecting my voice and just overall crowd control. Like, those are the type of things that you learn in that industry that really can benefit you in any other industry. But obviously in battle rap, things like vocal projection, crowd control, and being able to
memorization,
improvisations, you feel me? All those type of things, those are gonna be things that like will benefit you in battle rap. But I still feel like the majority of the workload is really in the writing, and that's that. The acting ain't gonna help you write, my nigga.
How much of reading scripts and memorizing scripts also?
Oh yeah, that too. That's I'm tripping. That's definitely another element, is the memorization. I've always been able to memorize things easy, which helped me in like acting, but obviously in battle rap, that's definitely a help, because I know a lot of people struggle with memorization. I'm glad that's one thing that I don't really got to struggle with, because I've been like not forced to, but like I've been having to memorize shit my whole life. You feel me? So that definitely helped in the battle.
Talk to me a little bit. I know you spoke to me yesterday, but pardon yourself again. Speak to me about your acting career, man. At a young age, how that work out for you?
Yeah, man. I got into it basically by accident. Really, it was just a dope ass opportunity I got when I was like 5 years old, and based on, you know what I'm saying, that opportunity, I was able to create relationships with people in the entertainment industry that like that, you know what I'm saying, got me agents and managers and really got my foot in the door with the acting shit. And me as a young kid who you know got this opportunity, I don't really know too much about acting at all. I'm learning this shit as I go, but like I'm doing a pretty good job, you feel me? Because I'm getting some dope results and shit. So I was able to have like a pretty dope acting career. I was able to do shows like the Parkers, you feel me? The Medea shit, Gridiron Gang, you feel me? And that was like a real like heavy part of my childhood, but at the same time, like I didn't. A lot of kids when they go into that acting shit, that's really their entire life. Like it changed their whole life. But me being who I was and my family and my friends and shit, I never wanted that shit to encapsulate my whole life. So I was still going to like regular school and shit. I was still hanging out with the homies doing, you know what I'm saying, shit we wasn't supposed to be doing. But
Right.
like that was really just an outlet and a way to support my family. You feel me? It was definitely a help to the family for sure. But once I got older and shit and saw like there was certain things in the industry that like I wasn't really a fan of and shit, I didn't really want to be a
Partaking.
part of. Yeah, it's a lot of weird shit. If I ain't gotta specify, like it's a lot of weird shit in that industry. And so, like I was telling you before, rap has always been my real passion. I was rapping before I was acting. A lot of people get that confused. They think it was the other way around, but I was really rapping as a child, and then the acting shit came about, and I was able to implement both those things at the same time. But I've always been making music. I've always been writing rap since I was a kid, and that the acting really was just like funding the music and everything else, because I was in the studio all the time. I was trying to make music and shit, and the funds from the acting was able to fund, you know what I'm saying, that dream. You feel me? So it was, I loved it. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? I fucked with it. I'll do it again depending on the right situation. But rapping and music was always my real, you know what I'm saying, the real
How do your
passion.
parents feel about you stop acting? Were they cool? Did they get on you about that? Oh, son, why did you? Why did
Nah,
you say that?
I was grown already by the time I made that
Okay.
decision. So it was really just like it was really up to me and what I wanted to do. You feel me? But like I said, my family always been supportive of my rapping just as much. You feel me? So anything I'm doing with that regard, they always had my back with it and always had my support. You feel me?
Are you still messing with the music?
Definitely. Since I've been battling, I've kind of like been. I kind of took a step back just because that's really kind of consumed a lot of my time. But I'm definitely trying to make more of an effort to get back in the studio and shit. I do got one tape that's been out for a little bit. I dropped it a few years
What's it
ago.
called?
It's called Water.
What? Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I definitely do want to get back into music though for sure. I'm probably trying to look to drop something with before this year is over, hopefully. But yeah, I definitely want to make the effort to get back into the music for sure. That's my first love for real. You know what I'm saying?
What's your music consist of? Is it turn up? Is it introspective? Is it
Um,
bars? Is it...
I try to keep a mix of everything really. But if I had to tell you like who my top artists are all time, probably
I like
people like
this.
Nipsey,
Okay.
Kendrick, Wayne, um, Three Stacks.
Okay.
Those are like the main. Obviously, like my music choices is a lot, but right now it's really just like Larry June, Babyface Ray.
Larry June is fire. That Larry June Alchemist tape is fire.
Bro, I'm glad bro getting this shine because that's really
Yes.
been like a favorite artist of mine for a minute. But yeah, man, that's really what I've been bumping now. But I try to keep my ears to the streets as much as I can. But that's really who I'm like into heavy right now for sure.
What do you enjoy doing more? Setting up for a battle or doing music? Like what do you get a thrill off, adrenaline rush off?
I think the process of making music is probably more fun, but actually battling and being on that stage, I don't think nothing compete with that shit. That shit is different. Like that feeling, that control, that shit is just different, man. So I say yeah, the process, the leading up to making music, because I produce as well. So I
Oh, you
love
beats too? Okay.
yeah, I love the creation of music for sure. But I think the process of actually like performing, battling, like by far, like that shit is different.
You got a studio in the crib?
Not yet, but I just moved into my new joint, so
Okay.
I might make a little corner, you know what I'm saying, my little studio session, you feel me? But yeah, I got a couple studios I usually go to with some of the homies.
Talk to me about West Coast battle rap, man. Talk to me about the West Coast, man. Listen, I'm a New York nigga, and I say all the time, the West was running this shit for a hot minute. Probably still is right now if we keeping it 100 and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I feel like the West Coast has been running battle rap for the past few years now, and
I misspeak that though, but go ahead.
Yeah, not like, but rightfully so though. Like, I'm not just saying that just because I'm from there. I really feel like from all levels, top tier, mid tiers, rookie niggas. I feel like for the last few years, we've really been showing and proving that we as a collective have produced some of the greatest battle rap of all time. You feel me? So I obviously there's been other regions and shit that have been real prominent lately. Like, obviously the DMV right now is crazy. Like, you can't deny what they've been producing lately. Like, the shit is immaculate. So I definitely feel like they're in the spotlight right now, which is rightfully so because they've been producing a lot. But I feel like the West is still very prominent, and I'm glad that like I can represent new West niggas. Like I'm a new West representative. So when you look to brand new niggas that's representing the West, I'm glad that like I'm one of those top names that's being mentioned right now, because that's always been my goal, is to really just continue the legacy of greatness that the West has already produced in battle rap. You feel me? So I'm glad that like when niggas mention my name when it come to representing the West, like I'm glad I got some real work that speaks to that. You feel me?
What was your first conversation with Geechee Gotti before you went to EFB? How did that go?
That really was the first conversation about EFB took place like after some time of me like pulling up every time bro had an opportunity or a battle for me, and me showing out every time I got a riot look, and doing tournaments he did like behind the scenes and shit, and freestyles, and just anytime bro would call for, because he's if anybody knows on the West, Geechee Gotti is one of those people that's always giving new opportunities to newer artists and rappers on the come up just to get their shine and shit. So I feel like he saw that every time there was an opportunity for me, I took advantage of it, and he saw the content of what I was doing. I feel like he must have felt like I had a future in this shit, and that I had a real you know what I'm saying, like a real talent at this shit. And I feel like he really wanted to put me down on the squad to not only get me that look, but so that I'm in the midst of greatness, and I'm in the same conversations with some of the best in the world, and I'm getting these, you know what I'm saying, getting these pieces of advice from some of the best to ever do this shit. Like, I'm on the same squad with Rum Nitty and Danny Myers and Av and Miss Hustle and like Geechee got, like, you know what I'm saying? So me just even being in their presence and shit, hearing the game that they got for a young nigga on the rise and shit, that shit is amazing. So I thank bro for even like putting me in that same family, because that shit is done wonders for a nigga, not just as a cosign, just not for me to be able to just say, oh, I'm EFB, but like what I've been able to learn and the greatness I've been able to be around and shit, that shit's done a lot for me in my career.
I can tell when you're writing your bars, especially with this battle with Homsy, that you could just tell. I'm not the writer you are. I'm just going off as a fan of battle rap. That just listen, writing your bars down and reviewing it and stuff. That you take your time with your material. You're not up there writing filler. You like one of them niggas like, I ain't really feeling that line. Are you like that?
Nah, like I'm very, I value pen more than anything else in battle rap. I think it's the highest attribute. I think when we really look at the real moments of battle rap that are the greatest moments of all time, it's not just because of performance or some shit. It's really about the bar itself. And I think that stems from just like people really paying attention to the pen, really being really doing things with the pen and bars and shit that ain't been done before, and keeping that legacy of just, you know, brand new shit going. So I'm always gonna try to push my pen to where I don't sound like nobody else, and I'm doing shit saying shit that nobody else has ever said, because I feel like that's what makes niggas stand out in a culture where a lot of shit sounds repetitive, a lot of shit sounds like we've heard that shit before. I want to be that's one of them niggas to where the fans understand when they hear me, they're gonna hear something different. You feel me? They're gonna hear something that they ain't heard before. So I take that very seriously when I actually write, for sure.
Does it matter to you to get on a big stage? Because guys like yourself, Hansel loves the pen, and the pen guys can't rock the big stage.
I feel like they could have said that before Civil War.
Good point. Good point.
They could have said that before Civil War, but like clearly, and I think when we was talking about it yesterday, I was saying like I'm glad I don't have a signifier. Like I do have a pen, but you can't say I don't perform. You can't say I can't angle. You can't say, like, you know what I'm saying? You can't say I'm not aggressive. You can't say I don't punch. So it's like, you can't really pin me down to one attribute. And I'm glad about that, because I want to be a more overall battle rapper than just be pinned down to just one statistic or one attribute. So I feel
and
like
low key, you're a funny dude. You got, I call it aggressive, dry sense of humor that you have. I noticed that you have that though. Aggressive, dry sense of humor. Am I right on that? Some shit else right on that.
No, I definitely try to you know what I'm saying, implement some a little bit of humor in it, because I am, like, personally, like, I consider myself a funny nigga, but like, I know with battle rap, it's not just about being funny. It's like, it's a calculated kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? You got to be, people like Ill Will and rest in peace, people like Pat Stay were some of the greatest at calculated humor. It's not just about making people laugh. It's like, it's a science behind it. So I definitely was influenced by people like that, because that just had, laughter just is one of the most universal things on earth. So it's like, whether you can make people think a bar is crazy or whatever, if you can make people laugh, you in there. You feel me? So like,
from women to battle raps, everything.
Any you know what I'm saying? Like, laughter is gonna be something that definitely is gonna sway people. So in battle rap, for sure, if you know how to use that shit correct, then it's definitely gonna work. So I've definitely implemented that a little bit into my my raps, for sure.
And break down the Hansel, aka Water. Break that down for me. I love the nickname Water. I like that. But break it down.
Man. So originally it came from, like, one of my other nicknames, like Solo Water, and Water shit came from E40. I'm a huge fan of E40.
40 Water.
I've been listening to bro since I was a little nigga, and the 40 Water shit was like, or the Water shit was like really paying homage to bro. And like I said, it started off Solo Water, and then I kind of just took the solo off and just start going as Water. And I didn't even really come into battle rap talking like my name Water, but I kind of said it a few times, and people saw my gram and shit how I referred to it, so it became part of battle. So people would be like, "You call yourself Water," and then they do a water flip. So after a while, I started being like, "Okay, well, now I kind of gotta, like, I got to be on the offense with this." So I kind of start, you know what I'm saying, implement more bars where I'm calling myself Water and doing water flips myself, just because I know I'm going to get hit with it. Because like I said, like, flipping Water bars is way easier than trying to flip Hansel bars, because it's not a common name. And people do hands bars, and sometimes they get away with it. Sometimes it's hit or miss, but I definitely know, like, once people saw that, like, Water was a nickname of mine, it definitely helped them with their material, because it's easier to write Water bars than Hansel bars. So, but yeah, that's really how it came about. It's really just an homage to artists I really fuck with, but it's something that I really took on, because after a while, once I started calling myself that shit, like, I feel like I kind of molded into the name. Like, you know what I'm saying, water is fluid, it's strength, it represents a lot of things, you feel me, being refreshing, you know what I'm saying, cleansing, like. And so once I really start, like, studying the meaning and shit, and going deeper with it, I'm like, this name actually is dope, it's perfect for me. So it really kind of took on a life of its own. So yeah, man, that's really what it is, man.
Are you concerned that every battle's niggas gonna hit you with water, this water, till it gets flat after a while, till it gets like, all right, my nigga. But how many, like, water flips you go to the answer now, my nigga?
While niggas is using the same type of flips for me, I'm doing something different for them that they never heard before. And after a while, niggas is gonna be like, even the acting shit. Like, obviously, it's still some bars and shit that could be said, but after a while, when the fans are like, all right, bro, every time they battle this nigga, it's the same shit, it's gonna start hurting these niggas after a while. So it's like, I said it for the niggas that's battling me now, take advantage while you can. Because a little bit down the line, niggas are gonna hit. It's like other angles, like, for real. It's other angles with other battle rappers that, like, even though they were strong angles, after a while, when we've heard them 50 times, they just don't hit the same. So eventually it's gonna be the same shit. So like I said, have fun now. Have fun. But eventually, bro, it's gonna be a rap, and niggas gotta rap with me. You feel me?
Right. Talk to me about you and Homsy, man. We're expecting this battle to be one of those ones. Obviously, you know what you're gonna do on your end, right?
Right.
But we're expecting it to be what listen, man. I know Smack was saying authentic, and Jack Boy was one of his favorite battles, and I respect that, right? I can't say I like that battle more than you and Homsy. I can't say that. But talk to me. What was your expectations for this battle? Was it just for you to, I'm gonna do me, Homsy, hold your end, and we got a good here?
Well, yeah, I personally, no matter who I'm battling, I always go into the battle with that mentality of, as long as I'm 100%, I'm satisfied with the outcome, no matter what, because I either come out with a win or a great battle. Um, and I've kept that same method, and I'm gonna keep that same method because it seems to be working so far. But as far as Homsy, I always prepare for like the greatest version and the worst version of people at the same time. So it's like I'm prepared to kill a nigga, but I'm also prepared to have an amazing battle if somebody meet. Like I said in my trailer for the battle, and I mean this because it's kind of my mantra of battle rap is like you could meet me up here and have one of the best battles you've had, or you die. And I've been here and I've showed both examples of that. You've seen with Ease and Holmzie, when they meet me up there, we have an amazing battle. And we've seen examples in like in Respect the Steams, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a nigga who I really respect in this shit. But we've seen when people play with me what could happen. So
that was easy. That was easy battle for you. That was easy though for you, man. Respect. Steams,
but here's the thing though. If Steams would have showed up, it wouldn't have been easy battle. If Steams would have really showed up, then we would have had a great battle.
If he played this part, right, Hansel?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's really like that's why I'm setting this precedent of there's really two options with me. You either die or have a great battle because I know what I'm gonna do. And I know I'm gonna keep delivering the same consistency I've been delivering. So it's never gonna be a time where you see Hansel get washed or Hansel just drop the, you know what I'm saying, drop the ball like never. A nigga gotta really out rap me 3 rounds to say he won the battle. And that's not no easy task at all. You feel me?
No, it's not.
Going into the battle, I've seen what Homsy did. He's a UM winner. He's an Ultimate Madness champion. He's battled some of the best niggas in the world and has an amazing winning percentage. He's not somebody that gets walked like that. You feel me? So I knew that he was gonna come with some shit, but I knew that like well, I didn't. I mean, this was probably one of the very best Homsies I've ever seen. Like
yeah,
top 3.
I would agree on that. I would listen. I'll say this: he was better in this battle, respectfully, Homsy, in this battle in the tournament that he won, in my opinion.
Man,
I review all his battles in the tournament, so I feel I can say that.
Yeah, nah, cause like he did his shit, but I just feel like this battle was because we haven't seen Holmzie in a little bit. It's kind of been a little minute since we saw bro, so I feel like he had a lot to address and he had a lot to show, and he was showing like I'm still that nigga, and he definitely showed that. Like it was you whether you have me winning a battle or not. Can't give any slight to Holmzie with his performance. He was A1 all 3 rounds.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's what make our battle so dope is because we was both A1 all 3 rounds.
Your first round, talk to me about the first round, brother.
Man,
so much dope shit you have in here, man.
The Bakugan and Baku Tribe shit.
Tyler Perry, that nigga that wore women's clothes. I just addressed niggas like the bitches they
is. Like, I'm sure this was in my first.
5% God Body Line.
Oh yeah.
Yikes. Rap name gonna be Homesick. Right?
Yeah, I think the Homesick bar was probably my favorite from the first. I really fucked with that one. I felt like I had to fight for my reactions in the first. I ain't gonna lie, but I definitely felt like some of my shit was slept on.
I like Get It, the Loud Boys call them mid tiers. What the fuck, y'all? The Proven Loud.
Yeah,
that's the sense of humor shit that I'm talking about.
Yeah, you feel me? Like that. Like that ain't even like a crazy bar. That's just like something that you feel me like. But yeah, I think my first round was really just setting the tone. But my second,
that Greek, even the Greek mythology shit you was doing, Hansel.
Yeah, the Hades, the god of the dead, the deceased god, Irene, the goddess of spring, of the peace god, my peace wet shit like Poseidon. You want to see like, yeah, man, niggas was trying to play me in that first. I ain't gonna lie.
And I grade niggas a lot on how they end the round, right? And that Malcolm X Little line that you ended the first round, my nigga, I'm like, yo, Hansel, I'm fucking how you end this round right here, my nigga.
Yeah, I definitely fuck with my first round. I definitely do. But I think my second was the one.
Yeah, your second round, let me ask you this. Was for you when you wrote your second round. Let me ask you a question real quick. How is it hard for you battle rappers to like, okay, I'm gonna put this in the first round, I'm gonna put this in the second? Is it hard? Like, how do y'all gauge where to go with your material? Or is it like I'm writing and is it?
I mean, I've written rounds and then ordered them later. And then I've written rounds where I'm like, okay, this is gonna be my first, this is gonna be my second. I feel like I wrote that to be my second round because I wanna I pay attention to my seconds because I feel like that's a really important part of the battle, because it's like the midpoint is so much, it's so focused on, because it's like the first round we feel like people is just, you know, trying to get their shit established and trying to get the crowd on their side, but that second round is
feel
like,
our
all right,
process, right? Feel our round, right?
feeling around. But that second is gonna be like, all right, now we're here. Now we're fully engaged in this battle. So I understood that, and like for the ease battle, a lot of people were saying my first was really crazy, and then my second and third was cool, but it wasn't as crazy as my first. So I kind of had that in mind, where I'm like, I have to pay attention to where I think I want my second round to be my strongest round.
Mm.
And I didn't even think the bars that were the ones that hit were gonna be the ones that hit the way they did. Like, I didn't expect the halfway homes to hit the way it did, bro.
How
Like
did he pass? How did he expect to hit? How?
but look, the BBL shit I thought was gonna hit. I ain't gonna
Right.
lie. I'm like, I had the whole structure of it was dope, but I didn't know that I didn't think the BB I mean the halfway homes was gonna hit the way it did.
But fam, the way you set the whole shit up, be a real nigga that's gonna put you in a bad place, bro. I'll stab you open wood, make sure the
So the
gas ain't
gas
closed.
ain't closed.
This nigga fell in, needed help getting back on his feet. The play, all that stuff you did to get there, my
Man.
nigga.
And that's one thing. Like, I'm one of them niggas that I pay attention to my setups, bro. Like,
Yo,
setups
your
are
setup
very,
game is fire, my nigga. Real
I
talk.
appreciate that, because that's something I definitely like pay attention to. It's something I definitely pay attention to. You feel me? Because I feel like you definitely got to paint the picture before you really can, like, you know what I'm saying, take that person there. You feel me? So I I felt like, but yeah, nah, that one was crazy, bro. I ain't gonna
Your,
lie. That
your
was like
second round
I didn't
showed
realize how crazy it was,
your second round showed me why you ESB, my nigga. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
bro.
Real talk.
I
I know
appreciate
it.
that, man.
I know a nigga that got kicked off the basketball team for not showing up. That same nigga missing court dates.
Man.
Nigga.
That was it. And I was trying to make the effort to punch a little bit more in this battle than I usually do. Like, I was trying to make even though my setups are important and shit, and I could paint pictures, I was really trying to like hit him with a lot of them, like, just quick bow, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I felt like it was a lot more of those in there than my usual battles, for sure.
Because in the second round, when you're talking about Homsy in the URL tournament, you're like, the loud nigga couldn't get a volume. I'm like, yo, this nigga, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, I had to talk a little bit, man. I had to show people I could not only just like punch, but I could talk a little bit too. You feel me?
I said after your round, right? If Holmzie could maybe match this or get close to this, my nigga, we got a fucking battle, because Hansel just punched you in the face, Holmzie. He blacked your eyes, my nigga. He took you and
Nah,
rammed your face.
I didn't think he was gonna
Me
make it out of that
neither.
second round at all. Like, I thought that was just gonna be like the body round, but he fought, bro. He fought like I wasn't expecting bro to fight the way he did, in the sense of like, cause I'm like, bro, I didn't realize how crazy the second round was, like, until my round was over. You feel me? Like, until my round was completely over.
Right.
Um, that's when I realized, damn, like, this second round is probably like unbeatable type shit. But then this nigga started rapping, and I'm like, hey, now hold up, my nigga. Like, you gotta chill, bro. Like, this supposed to be my clear round, and you over here wilding, my nigga. Like, nah, I'm not feeling that. But nah, like, I feel like, man, that's why I thank Homsy so much for making that battle so dope, because it's like we was talking about earlier.
Right.
It's like, because he was so fire, because I was so fire, regardless of you have me winning or losing, it's still like a badge of honor, because on one end, if you got me winning, I won against an amazing Homsy. And then on the other end, if you say I lost, I don't mind losing to a very formidable opponent having one of the best performances he ever had. So it's like, that was just a win situation at the end of the day.
Right.
Sure.
I like how he told you, caught him lacking, like Craig in the kitchen, new gun, fresh cereal, water on it. That shit was hard. That shit was hard.
Did y'all get him? His water wet? That
Well,
shit was
what?
so crazy. Like, nah, bro. His rounds were, and then like I said the other day, his third round when he said my favorite bar the entire battle from him was I know niggas that dressed up like Medea too, but they was robbing banks. That shit was
That's
so
crazy.
cold, bro. It was so cold, bro. Like I love shit like that. Like that was probably the best like acting Medea flip I ever heard. Like since I've been battling, that shit was insane, bro.
I gave Homsy the third round, but don't get it twisted though. I like your third round though.
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel like even though it was a dope round, that was probably my personal lightest round. So I don't have anybody like even with the stumble or choke, I don't have any. I'm not objecting anybody saying like Holmzie might have got the third, but I think on watch back my second and my first, my especially my first, I think on watch back my first hit way harder than it did in the building. So I think people are gonna look at that first and make a decision based off that. 'Cause I think a lot of people had gave me in the building, a lot of people gave me second and third.
Okay.
And because I feel like his little stumble in the third might have
Yeah,
affected the outlook in the building. Maybe it wasn't as bad on a watch back, but I felt like in the first I just wasn't as like I wasn't being received as well. You feel me? Because I was, you know, so I was the first voice at the event. You feel me? We was the first battle of the weekend, so maybe it was just me being the very first voice they heard that weekend. It was just like, all right, I was getting a fill out for the room, but yeah, nah, it was dope. I'm
holes in the
glad that.
stories like a fire department. I slide down like.
Yeah, yeah, man.
So, what's next for you, man?
I gotta. It's a half good, half. It's a positive and negative situation. Uh, the
Why? Why
matchup
is it positive, negative, brother? Why?
the matchup itself, the person I'm battling isn't somebody that I was like looking to battle or like looking like to have next at this point. But there's some stipulations in this battle in particular that can lead to that let me rephrase that will lead to the situation I want, and that's what makes the battle dope because it's like it's the opportunity that I know what I'm gonna get if I handle this shit right. So that's this really just the prelude to the real show.
Do you foresee you in DNA 2024?
For sure. If in certain cases it could be before this year is over. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm pushing for that for sure.
Pushing for that, right?
I definitely feel like for a new nigga, um that battle and a convincing performance in that battle will really mean a lot to my campaign and really just the dynamic of new to vet battle rappers. Like I feel like this is a new age like new versus vet like war. And it's a little bit of a grudge match. We built some anticipation off this battle, and it's a battle that if people saw being announced on the card, they're not gonna be like, "Where did this come from?" Like,
Right.
be like, "Oh shit, it's happening! Bet, let's get it." So I feel like it makes sense. We've done enough to where the culture has like shown us that like, yo, we want this battle. So I feel like it can happen for sure. It will happen for sure.
Last question before we wrap it up here. A lot of people want to are questioning: are you guys gonna battle each other? Even though you told me, like you said, you battled Clucks already, right? You battled Ease already, right? Like, are you guys? Is it more like, okay, let's war with these guys first, and then we'll huddle up? Because, like, for instance, you and Sosa Flair, I don't want to see that right now. I don't want to see the Flair song right now.
Right. I feel like we've shown out the gate that we can have enter top six classics like we did with me and Ease and so Flair and Foots did at the volume. So I feel like we've shown out the gate that we can create classic battles within our shit. But I feel like even though we can definitely do more of those inner top six battles, I feel like what we've been showing is like we need to establish our rank amongst battle rap and go at the stars and go to these platforms and really show out so that when we do have these inter top six battles again, it's a little bit more weight on it. You feel me? Like if our names are more established and we know that like it's still a top six battle, it's gonna make this shit way doper down the line. Like if me and Flair battle right now, it'll be dope. It'll be fire. We'll still do crazy, but how crazier would it be if we 2 years down the line after me and him then seeing some crazy stages and some crazy opportunities. Now our names mean more in battle rap to where now when you see a Flair versus Hansel, that shit could be a headliner of a card.
I think, respectfully, when I say this, compared to your other compadres in the top 6, I feel like you, whether you want to admit this or not, I feel like you're the guy in charge in the sense of your personality kind of stands out compared to other guys, right? You're more active on social media. You're in the spaces. You can rap also. You have the complete package. It looks like compared to some other guys, you can't teach that. You know what I mean?
For one, I appreciate that. I mean, I can definitely say I'm one of the more vocal ones out of my class for sure. But I'm always mindful about how I represent myself and how I represent, you know, my niggas in the top 6. But I do feel like in battle rap, it is important to stay in the conversation, to stay, you know what I'm saying, in the mix of things, you know what I'm saying, while keeping it, you know, cool and shit, not doing no extra nothing, but like making sure that people know that you in the mix and that you out here, because I do it helps, it benefits your brand in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of battles.
I feel you get it. I feel like you get it.
You feel me? Like not whether they, I feel like I don't think it's a matter of my niggas either not understanding it or not. It's a matter of choice, because sometimes there's battle rappers who really don't be on the mix of Twitter like that and really just show up to work, do their thing, and that be that. And
that's Rum Nitty. That's Rum Nitty.
Rum Nitty ain't in a mix. You know what I'm saying? You don't be seeing bro name in a mix, but every time he get that call, that man go to work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's really a matter of choice. I feel like all my niggas is well vexed in the game of like marketing and battle rap. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it is a matter of choice. Now, like with me personally, I feel like that's the Twitter shit and the Instagram shit and socials. It's dope to make conversations. It's dope to like, you know, because like the whole me and DNA or me and John situation, that came out of just, it was talking at first. It was just, it started off as just a couple exchanges and a couple words, to where now after some time it's been like considered and festered in the mind and shit. Now that's an actual opportunity that can actually happen very soon. And look how it happened, just because of some talking and some interacting. So I feel like it's definitely important to have that side of the game as well. I think other people have complimented me on the fact that like I got my marketing down a little bit earlier than a lot of battle rappers do. I mean, I can admit it and I can accept that, you feel me, and I can appreciate it as well, because I definitely feel like it's a skill within itself.
Yes,
it's a way you can do this wrong. It's a way you can get hype in the wrong way, and I'm glad I'm navigating it in the right way to where I'm getting the kind of results that I want. You feel me?
And yesterday when you and I were having a conversation, one thing I left in the conversation, the respect factor that you have for chess, man.
Yeah,
he goes for a lot of stuff, you know, joking and stuff. A lot of people get at chess and everything. But
now I know that for one, I could just say when it comes to anybody, I know the difference between your latest performance and what you're capable of. So it's just like with New Jersey Twerk. There was a time frame where Twerk was messing up in his battles, and it's one thing to say, oh, they not who they supposed to be right now, but it's another thing to say they're not skilled, or they're not still some of the greatest battle rappers in the world. So I feel like no matter what Chet's going through, I'm always gonna have that kind of respect for bro in battle rap, just because of how much of an influence bro was when I really started like deciding I'm gonna start penning battle bars and actually like trying to be a battle rapper. Because like I told you, I've been rapping since I was a kid, and I've been in like contests and showcases and shit all my life, going up rapping against like grown ass men, you feel me? So it's like when I saw bro in battle rap being a 14, 15-year-old kid battling and killing niggas, it was just like, yo, like this is like a kindred spirit in the sense of like I understand that aggression and that passion of wanting to be the coldest nigga, even though you the youngest nigga in the room. So I always give bro hella respect in this shit, because he definitely had a lot of influence on my like decisions on how I write and how I perform. People like Calico, people like him, people like O-Red, people like Gotti, Nitty. Those are the people that like had a lot of influence on how I personally write my shit and how I personally construct my shit. I'm fans of a lot of battle rappers, but I think those niggas were the ones that like had the most influence on me personally when it come to how I pen my shit and how I lay my shit up.
And why do you want the DNA battle?
I
Like, it
want the
makes sense
DNA
for me
battle
why you want it.
because beyond just my personal opinion on DNA as a battle rapper, I do feel like
which is what, sir?
I will say I'm not the biggest fan of DNA's style, but at the same time, I'm smart enough to be able to acknowledge what he's done in this culture for the years he's been in this culture and give him the respect in that regard. Because I can respect your accolades without being a fan of what you do. So that's kind of where I am with DNA. He's
Is
been in the
that a
game
bad
for
term to compliment though?
no, like respect. Like he's put in the. It's like this. It's like this. If a nigga got 5 championships, but you don't like his style of play, you can't hate on his championships. You can be like, I just don't like your style of play. So it's like
That's how I
I
feel
can't
about
say
Floyd when he's boxing. When Floyd was boxing, I didn't like his style, but
you feel me. So it's like I'd be a hater to say you're not a legend and you're not regarded in this high praise because of the work you're done. I never say that, but I have my personal critiques about how I feel about your formula and your style. But like I said, beyond that, I feel like this is a person who set a precedent that I'm the PG killer, I'm the rookie killer. I'm a new nigga that's proven himself to be a very formidable opponent out the gate as a new nigga. So when I came out the gate, I challenged 2 niggas in particular. I said John Jonadon and DNA. And the only reason I called out those 2 niggas in particular is because those are only 2 niggas in battle rap that have a self-proclaimed moniker of being the rookie killers. So I'm like, okay,
right.
bet y'all the rookie killers, right? Hi, I'm a rookie. What's up? And when I called these niggas out, I wasn't expecting as much resistance from some niggas who are the rookie killers. So I'm
Gotcha.
just like, I was confused because I'm like, bro, I thought like if I was ass or if I was really trash, then you wouldn't have responded at all. That's one thing. It's battle rap. We don't have to respond to everything. So the fact that you even are responding to me is one thing, but then to be like, oh, I'm still not ready or I'm still this and that, that's when I start to feel like, okay, now you're trying to cop please, you're trying to make the culture
Hey,
like feel a certain way so that you don't have to battle me. I think a lot of these vet niggas want the culture to be like, man, these new niggas, they ain't on y'all level, man. That you don't got to battle them so they could be like, look, the fans don't want it. But when the fans are like, nah, these new niggas is kind of reckless. These niggas is crazy. I want to see these battles. That's when shit gets a little different. And I think when they saw that, people was like, oh shit, we want to see this. We want to see. That's when they're like, oh, okay, nah, we gotta hold on a little bit because I do feel like these niggas are smart enough to understand the difference between battlers that want to battle DNA because it's dope on their resume and a nigga that want to get you up out of here. You feel me? A lot of like
right.
I feel like that energy of really wanting to get niggas up out of here ain't really been in battle rap for a little bit. And I want to be one of the people in this shit that really take it back to that like I'm trying to get niggas up out of here. You feel me? Like so with the DNA battle, man, it's something that can go down very soon. It's something that is in the talks of it's some processes to it, but it's definitely going down in the future because I feel like the new age of battle rap needs this. You can't call yourself a PG killer if we haven't had PGs in 4 years. It's a new day.
Mm.
PGs haven't existed in the last 4 years. So you have to prove this rookie killer shit to the new rookies. That's
Okay.
all I'm saying. If you can prove it to the new niggas, then we got something. Then maybe what y'all talking is real. But until you can kill, like y'all say, because y'all are the killers, y'all not the gatekeepers, y'all the
Uh-huh.
killers, right?
Right.
So if we not killed, or if we beat you niggas, then what does that really say?
Mm. Hansel, man, I'm gonna tell you, man. Like I said, I was very impressed with this battle. I think it's one of the best battles on the outside two card. You know what I'm saying? To recap your battle, I'm like, yo, this brother is really rapping and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I
I'm looking
appreciate
forward to
that.
your next battle, brother, for real.
I appreciate that. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be some high stakes shit. So I think it's gonna be fire once it's announced. But but yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the platform for real, and I appreciate uh your appreciation for it, because a lot of people don't have to really sit there and break these bars down and really try to get the underlying shit, the shit that don't hit, just not on the surface like that.
Right.
So I, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate the acknowledgement for real.
I know we're gonna talk again, man, because your energy's out.
We definitely gonna be talking very soon, man. Very soon.
I appreciate you, brother.
No, man, I appreciate you, man, for real.
My guy Hansel.
All right.